Hey everybody, Chris here, coming at you live as I am about to get ready for the day. Not that I normally wear a lot of makeup when I'm getting ready to, head out, pick up kids, run errands and so forth. But I don't know why this lighting looks kind of yellow today. Y'all see that? I can't decide what's better. Anyhow, hopefully y'all can see. But I have nothing on right now, and I am just going to go out and run a few errands. Like I said, pick up the kids. I did the Flawless in 5 one not too long ago, and I did it under 5 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer because it was live and I was talking, but every time I do the Flawless in 5, it is a 5-minute wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and I'm out the door. I'm still trying to fix my lighting. I apologize. So y'all can see. That's not any better either. Y'all, it's like yellow lighting in here today. I think because my walls in here are like a grayish green color, and it's making me look kind of yellow. So hopefully you can see. So I'm just going to do a real basic look. I've been getting a lot of questions just about the makeup. The skincare I stand behind so strongly. I am, truly a huge advocate for having a really good skincare regimen, because if your skin is on point and healthy, you don't need a lot of makeup. And if you love makeup, your makeup's actually going to look better. So that's better, I think. That is huge. And those of you that might be new to this group and Beautycounter, everything is absolutely free of all those yucky chemicals that are in most personal care and cosmetic products. I'm sure you've learned a lot recently. I've been posting a lot about the strong need for regulations in our personal care and makeup industry. And, the Europeans have been banning these ingredients for, gosh, a long time, over 1,400 of them that have been proven to cause cancer, infertility, autoimmune, allergies, and so forth. Our skin is our largest organ, y'all. So that being said, everything we apply to our skin, there is no filter. Hey friend, how are you, babe? Because there is no filter, like with foods that you eat, we kind of have a filtration system, I guess you could say, before it hits the bloodstream. Just like if you pop an Advil, there's a reason it takes 30 to 45 minutes for it to lower your fever and so forth. With your skin, what you apply, there is no protection, there is no filtration, and within 26 seconds, they say, it hits the bloodstream. So fragrance, parabens, phthalates, PEGs, I can go on and on, that are severe hormone disruptors we're putting on our skin, and it is hitting the bloodstream and making people very sick. So I stand behind Beautycounter, free of 1,700 of these horrific ingredients. Greg Renfrew, our founder, has promised to keep it clean and safe for us while she fights tirelessly on Capitol Hill. Our FDA has only prohibited 30 currently. So, the US of A needs to get with it, y'all. So, onward. Nothing on my face today, so I'm going to show you real quick. This isn't the Flawless in 5, like I said. I'm going to do a little bit more today so you can see a little bit more coverage, maybe if you're going to lunch with your friends or even dinner, what I would typically apply, okay? So first and foremost, my Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer has an SPF of 20, and this is going to correct skin tone and has lots of good stuff in it. Just to give you that beautiful, healthy skin, and it hydrates as well. So I love applying just a little bit, just a tiny little pump of that first, just with my fingers, and just correct my skin tone a little bit and hydrate. Normally, this is all I wear during the day. This is sort of my daily foundation, I guess you could say. And it feels awesome, and I immediately get like this glow as soon as I apply it, okay? And dark circles are my biggest issue. I'm going to show y'all what I do for that. Okay, tint skin, and I always take it down under the chin as well. Excuse me, not tint skin, Dew Skin, okay? Then we have our tint skin foundation, And this one is in the color Sand, and this is Hydrate, our hydrating foundation. This can give you a lot more coverage. Some people apply with their fingers. We do have the retractable brush, which is great as well. But I'm just using, this is just a Morphe foundation brush. I like it because it's really thick and it blends really, really well and helps cover up some of this rosacea. So just on the back of my hand, I put, can y'all see that? Just like, I don't know, maybe a couple little dollops on there. It's really pigmented. And offers a lot of coverage. If you need more coverage, you could always apply more of it. Okay, and then I just dip my brush in my hand, just like that. And I start by just stippling it on first, which means just kind of a tapping motion. And I do that. Do half my face with the first little dollop, and then do the other half, especially focusing on the redness right there that I have. And then taking it down. Any leftover, same thing, okay? Then I'll take my brush and blend it out. Got my mirror here so I can see a little bit better, okay? And then again, if I want more coverage, I can add more, okay? We also have these, the concealer pens that come in several shades. I use them under my eyes and so forth, or to cover a little dark spot or blemish. You could always go underneath and apply that first, and then do a second layer if you wanted to, if you really wanted a little more coverage in certain areas. I would let it really set well before you go to apply the foundation, or you'll just like blend it right off with your brush, okay? So that just spread really well. I always go up kind of onto my ear and underneath, just so you don't have like that line, okay? So to figure out your foundation color, they say to take a little bit and just apply it right here at the jawline. And if the color like disappears into your neck, you have a match. We do have foundation samples. Just PM me or comment if you want to see them in person and test it out. And then during the warmer months, colder months, and so forth, if you're getting a little more sun, a little less sun, I haven't had to do this yet because I haven't hit summer yet, but some ladies recommend mixing a couple of colors and just always having them. They'll last you forever. So, all right, I blended that way more than I even needed to. Now, I could always go and add more, but already I can see like such a difference with the coverage that I'm getting. Okay, then my comments are doing something funky again. All right, next I like to come in with my concealer pen. This is light. Sometimes I use the Fair, which is even lighter if I really want to brighten under my eyes, but today I'm just going to do the light so you can see how it works. And it looks just like a ballpoint pen, like it's got the little clicker, and it pushes out just a tiny little bit of product. And right in there where I have like that blue kind of darker area, because you want to brighten, I'll start there first, and then I'll just sort of paint a little triangle under my eye like that. And I always like to take it up and over my eye as well. And just basically, you know, your foundation and your concealer are like or what give your face like that blank slate. It's to cover up all those imperfections, you know, darker areas and redness. So you have like a little blank slate to create your look. Usually I'll use a beauty blender, but mine is soaking. It's washing right now because I'm a freak about cleaning them. So I'm just gonna use my fingers and I'll just tap it in like that. And sometimes I'll use a brush to blend it in also if I need to, but my finger works just fine. And I'll just sort of tap it, and then to get really under the eye there, I always look up. Just look up like that, and you'll get good coverage right underneath that lash line, so you don't get that little line. And then sometimes with a clean brush, I'll blend it just a tad. Okay, and see, it doesn't like settle. I have all these little smile lines because it's all so hydrating. And not like powdery, it doesn't settle into those cracks and wrinkles that we older women have, and it just blends right in. And then I look up, just like that. Okay. So concealer pen. I did my Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer first with my SPF, correcting skin tone, and then the Tint Hydrating Foundation. Okay, and that was the concealer pen in light. okay, for under my eyes. Sometimes I'll go back in and I'll do like the top of my nose. I'll do that for y'all today too. I have a little leftover product in the brush from when I clicked it. Did y'all see how much product I just got out of that? I mean, this stuff lasts you forever. And you can take it up and almost like highlight. And then the chin a little bit, okay? And there you go. Done with that. All right, so now I like to come in with a little bronzing. I love our bronzer. I've had this since I started, almost 3 months. This is the #1 matte bronzer. Sometimes I'll use it just for bronzing. Sometimes I'll use it even just for like a contour. But we do have these concealer pens in dark. You could also use that for contouring if you wanted to. I'll do a contouring one next time. I'll do contour highlight. But for today, I'm going to show y'all how I use it for just bronzing. So when you're bronzing, you want to think about where does the sun hit the most. And I just take just a nice fluffy dry brush. This is the one I use. This is actually a MAC brush that I've had for a long time. It's the MAC 127. And I'll just tap it in there. Again, everything is, y'all, it's so pigmented. I just kind of tap it in and then think about where the sun hits, right? It hits the top of the cheekbones and then like the top of the forehead. I'll just kind of make a little arch around the top and up into my scalp just a little bit. Okay? And then down the nose, a little bit on the chin. And then I love to come in and bronze around the jawline because it contours a little bit as well. And then, you know, we always get sun all around here. So I'm gonna do a little bit more because I have been in the sun and my skin tone is a little bit darker. Normally, one coat of this and I'm bronzed, but now I actually do have some sun, so it needs a little bit more. That's it, bronzer. Then I like coming in, this is the Bloom Tulip Combination Blush. We have a few different colors, but they all come with a duo. You could use one side or the other depending on, you know, how dark you want to go with your blush and if you have a tan and so forth. But a lot of girls mix them, and that's what I do. So I just take my blush brush, it's a little bit angled. I'll do your face anytime, come over. You just have to bring a bottle of wine. That's the only prerequisite. Just kidding. And I just kind of tap it right in between the two colors, like 2 times. And then I go right where I smile on the cheekbone and tap it just a little bit. And just that little bit, y'all, look at all that color. Okay? And take it up. Same thing on the other side. And I just, y'all, I barely put any product on there and I have nice rosy cheeks. If you ever panic and feel like you did too much blush, come back with your bronzer or come back with your foundation brush with any residual product and just kind of like, you know, blend it out a little bit. So then, oh, I know you can handle that. All right, onward. Sometimes I'll do my eyes and everything and then come back with our mattifying powder and just really help hold everything for the day. It soaks up any oil and so forth. You don't get shiny and your makeup lasts even longer. This stuff is the bomb, y'all. So some of them are Beautycounter brushes. I do have a few I'm going to show y'all. Most of my brushes are my Morphe and my, you know, Meredith, my Real Techniques. You can get them at Target and Amazon. They're really inexpensive. They're great. They're synthetic, so I don't worry about any allergies. But the Beautycounter brushes are amazing, and they're also synthetic. And in fact, this is my absolute favorite eyeshadow palette, and it comes with a brush. Y'all, this is the bomb. Y'all, look at that. Are you kidding me right now? So this is the Ultimate Nudes palette. This will last you years and years and years and years and years because the tiniest little bit goes a long way, okay? And comes with the dual-sided brush. So you've got your crease brush here and for blending. And then you have a little angled brush to really get in there and for more precision. And another cool little tip, y'all, is that it is created so that each row is actually a trio, is meant to go together. Now, sometimes I'll have fun with it, mix them up, but y'all, you can't go wrong. You've got your highlighter, you've got your crease color, and you've got your lid color, and they're all together. So that's the Ultimate Nudes palette. But if you don't want 4,000 colors and it overwhelms you, we have little duos. that look like this. I only have one, and this is the one I'm using today because I use it the most. This one is Oyster and Amethyst. I love this one. If you have brown eyes, hazel eyes, darker eyes, anything with like a purpley eggplant color is going to look beautiful on your eyes. It's really going to bring out brown eyes. So I really, really like anything in an eggplant for me, or purpley color. And I'm a warm, so earthy tones in general are best for me. So if you're not sure if you're like a warm skin tone or a cool skin tone, you know, comment, message me, and I can help you figure all that out, because it has nothing to do with whether you're fair or not, because I'm very fair, right? Very fair Italian. I burn like crazy, but I have very olivey undertones. It's your undertone. And if you're not matched with the right colors, it can make you appear gray or green or yellow. You don't want that. Color is a funny thing. So it's really, really important that you're matched for your skin tone. So back to my Oyster Amethyst. I take the Beautycounter, no, excuse me, this is the Sephora one that I'm using right now. It's the Sephora 205. I don't sell for any of these companies. These are just what I have. I love this side because it's got your crease brush that you can get in there and work with, and then your flat, thicker side to really pat color into the lid if you want to, or to fill it out with. So this is, you can see it's that oyster color because that's the color I love using with it. It's like an oyster peachy color. It's really pretty. And so I just tap it in there a couple times. And first I come in and I just fill the bottom of the lid, and it really brightens it. And then I go up and fill out my eye. I do brow filler as well, but I like to do it after I've applied this because I feel like I get in there and like brush it out. So I do this first. Another thing to keep in mind with your eyes, unless your eyes are really far apart, you always want to go really bright towards the middle and darkest towards the end. And that helps to not make your eyes look like they're too close together, and you want everything to look like it's going up and out and lifts, because again, as we get older, we don't want things to bring things down. We want our features to go up. So by having bright here, darker out here, you achieve that. So I'm coming in and I'm gonna add a little bit more because like I said, I have a bit of a tan right now. And so, okay, I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So this is that oyster amethyst duo that I love. You don't have to use a trio. You can get just as good of a look with just two colors. And I'll show y'all how I do that with the liners kind of being my last piece. Okay, so I do that first, then I just flip my brush to the other side and I dip into my amethyst and I kind of just tap it in there first. If you're not sure about what's going to happen, you can go on your hand, you can see how much color just transferred and just kind of see how much color is coming off your brush. I always like to start with a little, you can always add more. And I always start on the very outside of my crease, right there. Okay, and I start by tapping just a little bit of product right there. And then I'll do a little circle. And then I'll fill in the crease, just like that. Ideally, you want to keep your eye open when you're doing your crease because that way you can really see where the makeup is going. If you close your eyes, you can't really get a good feel for where the crease naturally falls. My eyes, as I've gotten older, y'all, this runs in my family. This upper part here, it has gotten heavier, almost like a hooded, and so it's harder for me to fill that crease in. And so I have to like really look at what I'm doing. And then that's just a little bit. You could always get darker and really smoke it out if you wanted to, but I'm just doing like a day look, like I'm going to lunch with girlfriends kind of thing. So I just fill that in, and then just right there in the corner, I might darken it just a tad and bring it up. Okay, same on the other side, just kind of tap it in there, tap that outer crease a little bit, do little circles, and then just blend it across the crease, just like that. Hopefully I did it even. Okay, and I'll take it up and out, fill in that crease. Y'all, I'm so glad it's Friday. What's everybody doing this weekend? I hope something good. The weather is going to be absolutely gorgeous this weekend. Okay, so it's very, very subtle. I'm going to blend it just a little bit more. Y'all, it's crazy. And as I've gotten older, my skin's become really, really sensitive. And I wasn't able to use hardly anything anymore. And since I've switched everything to Beautycounter and just cleaned up all those toxins in my life in general, my eyes have gotten so much better. They were so bad, y'all. They were like itching and they were swollen all the time. I thought it was like seasonal allergies. And then I realized after cleaning everything up, it wasn't. It's wild what a difference it's made. My skin has never looked this healthy. I cannot say enough about that. Okay, so that's it there. Not a lot. Then, before I do my liner, I like to fill my brows a little bit. We have, I love it, this is the medium brow pencil. So one side has the little, looks like a mascara brush, and you can come in and just sort of brush them out and kind of set them in place a little bit. I need to get mine done so bad. The other side has your color, and you can sharpen it and so forth. Mine needs to be sharpened. But I come in, y'all, filling your brows is key. You can do everything else, but when you fill your brows, it just lights up your whole face, lifts your whole face. So if you're not going to do anything that day, but like your tinted moisturizer, fill your brows. Your whole face comes to life. It's amazing. So basically you want that inner part of your eye right there to match up with the top edge of your brow. So I always start by first right there filling in just a little bit. Okay, little goes a long way. And I take it across the very top and I draw kind of like a little line. Okay. Then, see, I have a little bald spot in there where I've plucked so many times that I can't get it to fill back in, and I like to fill that in a little bit. Then the outside part of is that your iris, that colored part, that is where you want to match the arch. See how right there is where my arch bends? So you want to maintain that by just drawing a little line across the top of your brow and just taking it out and filling it in just a little bit, tiny little bit. And I'll do the same on the other side. Fill in a little bit here first, then take it a little line across just to kind of clean it up, because they need to be shaped so badly that by drawing that little line across the top and filling it in, it just cleans it up and it just looks a little bit better. Can y'all see such a difference? Like, it is night and day. It's another little bald spot right there. Go up and across. And fill it in. Okay? That's it. Then I take the little brush side and I blend it out a little bit, just like that. So it doesn't look quite so like colored, and it just blends in with your brows. It comes in several shades also. And that's it for my brows. It makes such a difference. I can barely see my face because I have y'all in portrait mode. So literally this is all I see right now because your comments are popping up. Okay, that's my brows done. Then I'll come in with, I'll do my top liner first. This is the brown eye pencil. So I alternate between that and the black one. Depends on the look I'm going for. But all our pencils on one side have the little smudger. It's a little smudger like sponge with a tip, so you can smoke it out and blend it out. I don't like the look of like a very clean, thick line. Some people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But on me and my eyes, I prefer to kind of smoke it out a little bit, especially because it gives you a lot more room for error. If you have a shaky hand like I typically do and so forth, you can just smudge and it looks fine, especially if you're in a hurry. So this is like I said, this is the brown eye pencil. So there's the other side of it, and I'm going to, actually, you know what? No, excuse me. I'm going to do the bottom, and then I'll show you why I'm doing it this way. So I come in first right here, and I'm going to just sort of go right into my lash line with the brush, with the pencil, and take it across like so, okay? Just a little bit, goes a long way, so pigmented, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll take it up, so that, again, like we talked about, we want the eye to come up and out. So there's like an imaginary line from here to the outer part of your brow. And you just want to take it up over the lid, just like that. And let the line go like up beyond it, okay? So I'll bring it up over the lid like that, and it leaves like a little line. And then just a little bit in the corner, connect the dots. And just do the outer corner of my eye, and then I'll smudge it out. So I'll do the same on the other side here. Fill it in just a little bit. Let me get closer to my mirror here so I can see. And take it across, like so. Okay, so I filled it in just a little bit, and then again, right up. I'm going to tug on my eye a little bit because I got old lady eyes. Then I'll take it up, and then that little lift right there, and then I'll connect it just a little bit in the corner, and just take it like straight across. Okay. So hard to get them even, but then that little smudger side is so forgiving. So that's when I come in with this, and I will literally just rub it across like that very gently. I'll kind of sweep it, and you can see the difference, how it just sort of smudges it out a little bit. And take it in, and then I'll come up, right, follow that same line, and then I'm going to smudge it into the top of my lid right here and smoke it just a little bit, just right there. Same on the other side. Y'all see me? I'm using my mirror here. And I'll take it across, just like that. And then take it up, and then smudge it across the top of my eye here. If I wanted like a little more dramatic, I would do this with the black, and I would smoke it more into the top lid, but I'm going for not as dressy of an eye look. And anytime I do a lot on my eyes, I prefer to go with a really neutral lip, which is what I'm going to do today. So this side actually is darker than that side, so I'm going to add a little bit of color here. Okay, that's better. Okay. So now, especially in the summer months, I tend to get a little bit oily here. And I've not had an issue with my makeup running, but I notice it stays put longer and much better when I use a little bit of the mattifying powder. So that looks like this. Again, teeny tiny bit goes a really long way. And I'll just take a clean flat brush. I'll dip it into the mattifying powder, and I'll actually tap it because so much product comes out. And this is totally neutral. There's no tint to it, no pigment whatsoever. Okay. Ooh, it's getting all over me. And then I'll just come right underneath where I just did the liner and tap it into my skin. And y'all, that makes the biggest difference during the day. So you don't get those raccoon eyes, you know? There's nothing worse. And then same on the other side, just right up underneath there and tap it in. Okay, and then if you feel like it's, you know, sitting there powdery, although I've never had that problem because you can't even see it, you could just take like a dry brush and just sort of do that. Okay, then I will take that big brush. I just tap it into the lid because there's always product in there, and I'll brush it all over my face lightly, and it'll help, again, sort of seal everything and keep it from moving. Okay, and it lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts, I swear to y'all. Okay, eyes are pretty much done. I'm going to show y'all a little trick I like to do that kind of jazzes it up a little bit more if you wanted to, like we talked about with the brightening, is I'll get from my Ultimate Nudes, I'll take the Cashmere, which is right there. It's like almost like a champagne color. It's so pretty, and I'll tap my brush in there just a tiny little bit, and I'll come right in here and brighten up this part of my eye and into the corner, just like that, and underneath. And then blend it a little bit and just sort of do little circles and just carry it right under. And let you compare both eyes so you can see what a difference it makes. And I just carry it right over to like where the liner is. And it just brightens up your whole eye. It's the coolest thing. And you can also take it like up and under your brow if you wanted to, and brighten that up too. I'll just take my finger and blend it. But look at the difference between my two eyes, like how much brighter it is on this side. Just a little bit more right there because I blended it too much. So you can see hopefully the difference between the two eyes when I brighten up the middle. Hey Lisa, how are you? It's so easy to blend, Meredith. Like this is so easy to work with, and I mean I barely tapped that into my palette, and look at all that color I'm getting. Which by the way, y'all, it's so cool. The Beautycounter makeup was created by a celebrity makeup artist. Her name is Christy Coleman. Y'all have got to look her up. Her bio, her story is incredible. But she was already a makeup artist to the stars, like red carpet stuff, okay? And she was always using the greenest and cleanest products she could find. She's a big advocate for that. Well, when Greg Renfrew started Beautycounter and wanted to start her makeup line, she contacted Christy Coleman and just said, look, we want high-performing makeup that's safe. What do you think? But we need someone to develop it that we trust that would use it on her celebrity clients, A-list clients. So Christy's like, I'm up for that challenge. So Christy created all of Beautycounter's makeup, y'all, and uses it to this day on her red carpet clients, celebrity clients. So that speaks absolute volumes about the quality of our makeup. I think that's the coolest story. So what a difference that just made, brightening up my eye in the middle. Okay, so did all that, brows are done. So now I could just do some mascara. I love my eyelash curler. It's probably so terrible for your eyes, but at least it doesn't have chemicals in it. I don't know. Maybe I could equate it to like using a curling iron too often. But I love it. I think it makes such a difference. So I always come in and do a little, just a little squeeze. Okay, especially because, like I said, my eyes, as I've gotten older, I've gotten so much droopier. It just makes the biggest difference for me. This is the volumizing mascara. My battery's running low, y'all. Gotta talk fast. We have the volumizing, and then we also have the lengthening. The lengthening looks like this. It's gonna go on much lighter and just give you a very clean, I love using this when I'm really not wearing much makeup. Whereas the volumizing, it also lengthens, but it really thickens them up. So I love them. Love my curler, right, Meredith? So, and, which is kind of cool, it's bent like that, so it's really easy to work with. A professional makeup artist, girlfriend of mine, also taught me when you're applying mascara, you always want to paint the top of your lashes also. So I always do those first. I just come in and paint the top because we all go in and we apply on the bottom. But when you paint the top of your lashes, it makes a huge difference on how thick they look and how much more dramatic. It almost looks like you're wearing, I mean, that's really why people do top liner. It's not because they want to like outline the top of their eye and draw attention. It's because they want their lashes to look thicker. So that's why they do it. And I have a little bit of residual mascara on that I did not clean off properly last night. So this isn't going on as smoothly as it should. You know when you have a little bit of dry mascara on and then you go to like reapply? Yeah, that's what's happening. So I will do my best here. My stomach's growling too. Can y'all hear it? So I always do the top first. I kind of let it dry a little bit. Then I'll go do the bottom. Otherwise I feel like I get mascara all over my face. Okay. So again, this is the volumizing. I just kind of like to go in there and wiggle it around and sort of shape my lashes a little bit. Sorry. That's not the most attractive angle, by the way. Okay, dip, go back into the other side. And same thing, I'm gonna paint, can't talk today. I'm gonna paint the top of the lash first, and then go in and fill the lashes. Sorry if I keep leaving the view of the camera. I have my mirror set up here so I can see and I don't poke my eye out. Okay. And I just love how it's bent because it just makes it so much easier to work with, because especially when I try to do my other eye, it's angled, the brush, and makes it so much easier to get over to the other side, because I always feel like one side of my mascara always looks better than the other. You know what I mean? Do y'all feel like that? And I always feel like lashes on one side are always longer than the lashes on the other. I don't know what that's about. You know what else is crazy? I used to use like one of those lash serums to grow my lashes.
and I stopped using it, and my lashes, you know, naturally got a lot shorter, and you know, your lashes fall out like your hair. Like that's just naturally what happens. Well, I could tell exactly where they were falling out because they were so long and I'd stopped using it. So I had all these gaps and my lashes were really short. And I was like freaking out that they were never going to grow back. So I started using recently all the Beautycounter products. You know, we talk often about hormone disruption. Now I'm just doing the bottom and what that does to your body, because that's what all these toxins do. They disrupt your endocrine system. That means hair too. And since I've cleaned up everything in my life, not just my cosmetics and skincare and shampoo, but everything that I was being exposed to and not realizing, do you know that my lashes are totally grown back? Like, they're so long and healthy. It is wild. And the way this mascara feels is super, super like it feels conditioning. It feels just really, really good. It normally doesn't take me that long to apply my mascara, but y'all get the drift. Yeah, you don't want to lose your lashes, King. Don't do that. Okay, what's left? I forgot to bring with me. I'll do it next time, but I love our shimmer oil, our body shimmer oil. You shake it up really well. It'll probably last me 5 years because so little goes such a long way. And then I apply a little bit on my face and I get that glowy, dewy look, but it's not like intense. It is so, so beautiful. And you just look glowy. Especially as we get older, you don't want a matte look because that's only going to accentuate fine lines and wrinkles. You want a more dewy look because that is what will camouflage that. So last piece of the pie here is my lip color. I did a little more on my eyes, you know, than I normally would. So I'm going to do a very neutral lip. We've got our lip satins and then our lip glosses. Sometimes I wear one or the other, but you can also pair them. So this is Twig, which is a really pretty neutral color. So I love Twig with our Dahlia gloss, which is a really light pink gloss, because the Twig washes me out completely. Remember talking about skin tones, and I'm a warm olive. You'll see, when I apply just the Twig, my lips like disappear into my face. But it's a really pretty like base on me. So I'll do that. Like in the colder months, I could wear it alone. And it feels so good on my lips. So conditioning. Okay. So a little bit of Twig. And then I'll get just a tiny bit of the Dahlia and go right over the color. And I'll tap it in. And that's it. So I know that seems like it took me a long time, but that's because I'm like talking about everything. Normally I accomplish all of this in 10 minutes. It takes me no time. So today I did the Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer, which is my everyday with my 20 SPF, which I love, love, love. And I did that in the medium, right? Number 2, the number 2. Then I did our Tint Skin Hydrating Foundation in Sand. Okay, then I did, for my eyes, the duo. I did the Amethyst and Oyster duo, and I added a little bit of that from the Ultimate Nudes, that champagne color, Cashmere it's called, from one of those trios right there. I did that little cashmere right there. And I did that on the inside of my eye to brighten it up and kind of took it up and under the brow. I did brow filler. I did a little bit of brown liner underneath, brought it up and over, smoked it out a bit with that pencil with the little sponge side. I did bronzer, and I did my blush, and I did a little bit of the mattifying powder to help keep stuff in place and so forth. And then on my lips, I did the Dahlia gloss over the Twig lip satin, which, speaking of lips, y'all, we just launched the long wear lip colors. I'm so excited. I've got some on the way for me to try. And they are, I think it says 5-hour wear, or it doesn't budge. Oh my goodness. But it doesn't have any stuff in it that's going to make you sick. So I'm super excited about that. And I'll keep you posted when that comes in. I may do a little swatch test live with y'all so you can see the colors live. And that's it. So that's completing my look today. I'm happy with it. I don't feel like I look overdone, but I feel put together. And
it was so easy. So thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I just like to accentuate what we have and not go overboard, because I'm just big on natural beauty. And this to me is a lot of makeup actually right now, but I feel like I'm a little more, as you can see my eyes closed, a little more presentable for like if I was going to go to a luncheon or something, or a casual dinner with friends, than just my usual. Usually I just wear my tinted moisturizer, mascara, maybe a little blush or bronzer, and out I go. So I appreciate y'all tuning in today. If you have any questions about anything I've used today, you know where to find me. Comment or send me a private message and I can tell you more about it. And if you have not taken a look at the pinned post in this group, it's so important. It's probably the most important thing you could ever learn here. And that is the mission behind Beautycounter. And you can text Better Beauty and you can be a voice and tell Congress to please change regulations above all, across the board, so that our kids don't have to read labels ever. So anyway, I appreciate y'all so much, and I hope everybody has a fantastic Friday and weekend. And next week I'll do another fun little one on the contour and highlight like I told y'all about with the shimmer. Okay, happy Friday. Bye y'all.